All right, well, President-elect Donald Trump returning to the Oval Office today. He will be sworn in at about noon and then get to work on many of his top agenda items, including border security and deportation. Joining us now to talk about Trump's policy goals for the second administration is Genevieve Wood from the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative-leaning think tank right here in D.C. So thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Okay, so first up, the president-elect has laid out many priorities for his return to the White House, including plans for over 100 executive orders on day one. What can we expect to see today?
You're right, tonight. He said 100, and in some cases, if you read it, maybe 200 executive orders. I think you're gonna start with the immigration and closing the border. He's been very, very clear about that. And look, there's some things that Congress has to do to fix our immigration system, but there are a lot of immigration laws on the books that the Biden administration simply hasn't been enforcing. So one of the very first things Donald Trump can do is go to the Department of Justice and say, enforce the immigration and border laws on our books. So ending things like catch and release and reinstating things like remain in Mexico. Those are things that can very quickly happen. But I think you're also going to see things beyond the immigration issue. You're going to look at energy. He has promised to go forward and say we're going to get out of the Paris Climate Accord. We're going to expand drilling and get some of these regulations off the books that are making energy more expensive. And of course, that will impact the economy. And then there's issues like crime. So I think there's a lot of things that he's going to do that will be via executive orders. But then, of course, he's going to eventually have to work with Congress to actually change and impact laws.
All right, next question is, as you just mentioned, immigration. Trump has laid out an extensive agenda on immigration, taxes, and tariffs. What do you think are some of the long-term priorities?
Well, I think the long-term priorities are to secure our borders, to make sure that our streets are a lot safer, and that partially is coming from the immigration issue, but also to improve the economy. And that means you've got to get energy back to free energy, getting out of things that strangle the energy industry in this country, making things more expensive, and not just more expensive at the gas pump or when you heat your house, but when energy costs are high, it costs a lot more to get food to grocery stores. It costs more for the transportation. So that impacts our economy as a whole. So if you tackle the energy issue, get those prices down, I think you're going to start seeing the prices of groceries come down, which I know many Americans have been concerned about. And then, of course, we talked about immigration, but also how that's impact on crime. And this is an area where I think, the president-elect, soon to be president, has talked about wanting to reach across the aisle. He wants to be the president for everyone. And he wants to work with a lot of mayors across the country in big cities like Washington, D.C., that have certainly seen a spike in crime over recent years. So I'm hopeful that, my mayor, Mayor Bowser, is going to be willing to work with the administration to say, how do we bring crime down in our big cities? That is something voters very clearly said they wanted to see.
And speaking of Mayor Bowser, they've had a kind of a contentious relationship before, but she met with Trump in Mar-a-Lago. How do you think that went? Are there any priorities that could be aligned?
Well, I think so. Look, Mayor Bowser, for one, is one who said for a number of years now, she really wanted federal workers to come back to work because that has had a big impact on the economy and businesses in downtown Washington. The fact that so many government workers were not coming into the office. I think she's going to find a friend, an ally in President Trump, and demanding that more workers come in and on a more regular basis. And then like I said, with crime. So I think there's a restart here. I think he's very truthful when he says he wants to work with these mayors. And I think it's a great opportunity for a fresh start, not just for him, but for the American people and the citizens in these cities and around the country who want to see things improve.
All right. Thank you, Genevieve. Genevieve Wood from the Heritage Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on DC News Now.